All right, I think we are ready to go and start this live stream. Definitely something new for me. Kind of excited to try this out, but ever since the new, I think it's the Steam Deck 3.8 update, I've been wanting to actually build a Steam Deck machine. Well, not a Steam Deck machine, but a Steam machine, which I got some parts behind me. I'm about to go over that here in a second. But yeah, we got the actual Steam Deck here, which I think this one should already be on the new 3.8. There we go. So we can see you got the 3.8 update on the, let's see, Steam Deck beta channel and the OS update channel on the main channel for that one. Definitely something new. Been wanting to try something like this out for a while. Got a capture card set up, so should be able to see all of this just perfectly. So let's go ahead and go over the specs on the system here. So I got this motherboard right here. This is the, let's see which motherboard this is. It's Gigabyte GA-A320M. Kind of more of your budget-friendly motherboard. I don't think they no longer make this motherboard. This motherboard was purchased, I think, around 2020. It was, no, I'm sorry, Ryzen 7 5700H. Not H, 5700X. This is a desktop chip. And let's go ahead and pull out what we're going to use for storage. So, as far as the actual storage goes, I got this Kingston 512 gigabyte NVMe. This is a Gen 4 drive. And then as far as the actual games go, I got this Crucial BX500. This is a 4 terabyte drive. Only reason I went with this drive is I actually had a 4 terabyte mechanical drive. For whatever reason, it did not want to work with games. I still had a couple issues with this SSD, but hopefully we can get by that without any issues. Let's see. Okay, making sure the mic is working. Definitely don't want that. But yeah, so as far as RAM goes, set this 2 stuff aside. I kind of just went with the fastest kit that I have. It's in dual channel. I want to use dual channel RAM. But we got this Corsair Vengeance LPX DDR4. This is at 3600 megahertz. So it's kind of the fastest kit I have on hand. So that's kind of why I wanted to use that one. It is 32 gigabytes, which is, in my opinion, for a system like this, is very overkill. But hopefully no issues out of it. Now, as far as GPU goes, we got this RX 6600 XT. So yeah, it has 8 gigs of VRAM. And the only reason I chose this card is because it's the only card that I have that will support SteamOS. They don't have NVIDIA support yet. So yeah, that's kind of the only reason I picked this card. Now, let's just go ahead and get into the build. We're just going to go over some quick specs of the system itself. And actually, I don't know if this works yet. I have not tested this Wi-Fi card in SteamOS. I believe this is just some cheap, no-brand Wi-Fi 6 card with Bluetooth. Bluetooth is the main reason I wanted it. We got the NZXT. I think this is the only bad thing about this case is, of course, the front of it is solid metal. Let's go ahead and prep this motherboard. I'm hoping that they add NVIDIA support pretty soon. I'd be really happy with that. But yeah, so let's go ahead and get this. Go ahead, we're going to need right here. Looks like we're having, let's see. So we got the NVMe drive. Let's go ahead and grab this RAM, throw this in. So again, we got the 32 gigabytes, which if it wasn't for the speed of this kit, I wouldn't have gone for this kit of RAM. We'll probably need to flip that, I don't think. I know people are probably don't see this and be like, oh, no cardboard up under it. It's okay. This is not an expensive motherboard. This is a very cheap chipset. Yeah, I would be trying to put this on something to grab my thing screws. So yeah, let me see. Install the SSD here. While I'm messing with it. So it just wants to go in properly. Hey, there we go. So install it on the case. When that part comes, let me make sure I have enough chassis screws. This on any motherboard screws. That is going to be an issue. Yay. And I just popped the IO shield out. Do not have a whole lot of room. I'm trying to do the best that I can with the room that I have. There we go. All right. Go ahead and route that somewhat best I can. Do have a 12-pin connector in here. You won't need that. I did try to put a screen, but I didn't really have a whole lot of luck with that. Okay, yeah, this is actually a good time. It's kind of installed backwards, but we got this is a Corsair CX750M. So it's a 750 watt power supply, which is extremely overkill for this machine, especially with the specs we got in it. All through PC Part Picker to see about how much wattage it will pull. I think it said you could be fine with like a probably go no lower than a 500 watt power supply. So if you really want to rebuild this machine, you can cheap out on the power supply, but not too much, of course. I would still get a name brand, whether it be Thermaltake or Corsair, basically just whatever's on sale. I would not go for a cheap no brand power set. And I just popped that IO shield back out again. Let's see. All right, go ahead, push out the CPU power so that it can kind of be out of our way when we're installing this. The only thing because I believe this only has one case fan header. It is case fan header. It is really crazy. It only has, which is no problem. I do have a, wherever I tossed it. Here we go. Probably picked these up on Amazon for about $5 or not even that. You can hook up to 5 fans to this, and it only requires one fan header. Let's see. I'm trying to think here. I don't know where all of my motherboard screws have went. Let's see. Looks like we got a notification here. Okay, so yeah, we got a new user on our Discord here. So yeah, also if you want to join the Discord, you can just go to this website right here, thetechinerd.com. It would just redirect you. Should be able to join on in and be a whole lot of fun. We got everything from game chat lobbies all the way to if you want to have cybersecurity channels in there, whole bunch of stuff, and it is completely free to join. There's no subscription or anything behind it. Let's try to get this motherboard lined up. I think we are in. Now, just gotta figure out where in the heck. Did not realize I don't have any screws for it. Kind of a bummer. I don't want to have the machine laying down the whole entire time. Let me see if this right here would work. I'm hoping so, at least. Oh yeah, okay, so these work no problem. Which I kind of figured these would work. Oh yeah, and it's actually on it good and no wiggle room. Actually what I would like to see. Overview camera, because that right there would be, yeah, y'all can't really see exactly what I'm doing right now. Let's see, checking everything. Looks like there's a kind of fix it itself. At least I hope so. At least on my side, that's what it looks like. And now everything's screwed down. We're good to go. I can go ahead doing here. Yeah, so got everything right here. You know what? I'm not tear that up. I'm gonna actually go ahead and remove this temporarily. There we go. Remove that temporarily. I'm gonna try. See about not knocking the camera over, first of all. Get a little bit closer. Actually install some of these components. Okay. Bring the PC closer to the camera. Now, probably should have brought the GPU over. That's fine. But, let's say we don't want to take the phone real. Let's see. There we go. See on the headers, so we're gonna grab, this is the audio. Let's go ahead. Pretty sure probably not gonna use front panel audio, but it's there. And I'll go ahead and do our front panel. And this will be for our 4 terabyte SATA drive. Cool. So yeah, that's I had the SATA power router inside the chassis. I was, of course, testing this all day yesterday, make sure it was actually fine before starting this live stream, and realizing OS wouldn't install. Kind of put this all on a, set this up kind of like a test bench. It wasn't, everything wasn't installed within the machine. Only thing is about this computer, we won't be able to use these two, Type C or USB 3.0. But while we're back here, I'm gonna go ahead and install our SATA drive. So, cool thing is very simple to install with NZXT's cases. So there should be 2 little holes here. Not seeing them. Okay, I was off by a little bit, so we kind of cool. Now just simply install the drive. So yeah, now we have the drive installed. Can put in data and our power. Now, note that this is not going to be pretty. I'm not going to worry too much about cable management. I might make it look a little nice. So yeah, let's see if we can get this power up in here. Where's our other fan header? Okay, got both of our fan headers, and what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and push that CPU power back on through here. Somewhat managed. I think I'm going to push the fan header from the top here. And these really don't matter where you plug them in, so we're just going to kind of plug them into available port on the Okay. Worry too much about how pretty does the back look. If it was a actual, but after this stream, I might just tear it. So yeah, let's go ahead and grab this fan header here and plug it in like so. Where is it again? Right there. Of course, Gigabyte has to put it in like the worst spot to get access to. Actually, might route that from the side here, so I don't have to worry too much about interfering with that GPU. Now, if it was a actual pretty build, yeah, I would try out how pretty it looks, because obviously it's not that pretty of a system. It's just meant to set a drive. So, actually, so yeah, let's go ahead and grab. So, we actually got to have a free USB spot port internally in order to actually get the Bluetooth functionality. Again, I didn't test this part, so this be interesting if it even works. Because I'm not very sure if this even would work. Let's see. Where's my screwdriver? Right here. Get that back on the home screen there. Make this, let's plug this in here on our internal USB. So that should give us Bluetooth now. And maybe Wi-Fi. I don't know about either one. Like I said, I have not tested this card within SteamOS. So there is a high chance that that card may not even work. Let's also let's install this graphics card. Voila, we got the video card in there now. Now it's just try to come around this way again without messing up our camera. You know what? I think that's all good. I believe I have work. I actually want to make sure this is actually secured. So insert the So yeah, we got the GPU in there now. We can actually go ahead and plug in the 8-pin power. Another reason I really love this card. It's decently efficient. I definitely won't say it's an efficient card, because that would definitely be a lie. Okay. Went ahead and got my internet cord ready. So should be able to, hopefully, boot this machine up. Actually, you know what? Almost ready to boot this machine up. Totally forgot about the CPU power. That would have been a awkward one. I think I want to set this down flat. I don't think I could do this with the machine standing up, and maybe need a flashlight. Don't know yet. Especially in a confined case like this. There we go. Got that in. But yeah, like I said, I like to do this part when the motherboard's still kind of loose. I can pull it back. Plenty of room to get my hand. This little gap. But yeah, we got it to work. Let's tidy up here. I believe the only thing really gotta make it pretty is just that PCIe cable. Take our SATA cable, make sure all of that is not too loose. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put this back panel on. Hopefully won't be too bad. Okay. Right. Go. Got that in. Got something kind of blocking us a little bit. I think it may be this USB hub here. Manage that out of the way. Get the back panel on now. Okay, yeah. Insides look very good right now. Got the back panel on. Was able to get on no problem. Should be good to go here. Just like that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I would just put our Steam Deck to sleep. We'll toss this dock aside and should be ready to go ahead and get this machine plugged in. Yeah, we're gonna give ourselves internet. Plug into the HDMI here. So yeah, this machine's plugged in now. The only thing I gotta do now is let me grab the whole, if the Bluetooth works. Also, the other thing I really like about SteamOS, and I really hope it does come to PC, is no keyboard and mouse, just controller. But yeah, let me go ahead and show the, don't have any issues out of that. Okay, yeah, I can see it up here now. Should this be a good? Okay. Hey. On this machine now, and here we are in SteamOS. So yeah, like I said, I went ahead, spent all day yesterday installing all of these good games on here. I also wanted to throw some emulation on it, but I started thinking my type of emulation might get the video or live streams taken down, because of course it would be Switch games, which again, that's very possible on this machine. Even though Switch 2 is coming out, obviously this game can play all the original Switch games and probably 4K. No doubt about that. But yeah, so I think right now, if we go in the system here, I don't think we're on the, okay, yeah. So we're at 3.6.24. We want to go ahead and get on over into the 3.8. Actually, let's do a little bit of before and after. 'Cause I don't think I've tried playing games on this machine with the 3.6 update. So first, let's go ahead and go to GTA 5 Enhanced Edition, even though this is no longer supported. I do know that. That's just the online play. You can still do, of course, what we're going to do story mode. So yeah, we can actually go ahead and launch that. Compile some shaders here. Let me get this back up. Okay, yeah. We are actually launching. Don't know if audio's working on it. Okay, that's another issue I would like to show. This is something I've noticed. So we're in GTA here. There's no audio, and from what I can see on the capture, it is capturing straight from the capture card. So we're supposed to have audio, which, okay, yeah. So we don't have audio at all. So we'll go down here to audio. It, for some reason, defaults to the onboard audio chipset on the motherboard. I haven't figured out a way to not default it to that one and default it to this. Okay, yeah, so we actually have audio now from a Steam machine. Let me actually get it to, because I would like to actually hear the audio on here. Okay, on mine. Looks like there's a more. I didn't go over what kind of settings we're using. We are at 4K right now. 4K. Actually, I am going to go right here. Give us kind of a more detailed view on, probably too much detailed view right there. So yeah, and we're gonna disable that frame limit. So it should be able to max out on whenever we do it. So yeah, let's minimum, no type of frame scaling. I would like to see what minimum and ray tracing at max does, as far as, especially this is 4K. Kind of would like to see what that would do. But for right now, let's go ahead and get into a game here. Okay, so loading times wasn't that bad. Let's see about repositioning my camera here so I could possibly make y'all's view a little bit bigger. Yeah, I say that right there is probably good right there. I would like to fix the skeleton of this, so yeah, that's also the same. So I don't know if y'all can really see. We're hitting our GPU at 99%. Yeah, let's go ahead and I just want it loud enough that I can hear it and make sure that the audio is working. As far as that latency, I don't know if that has something to do with the capture or something to do with the actual machine itself. But yeah, so here we are. We're at playing GTA 5 at 8, well no, not 8K, 4K. I bet this machine will literally just die right now. But yeah, we're at 4K right now. Seems to be playing around in my opinion. I kind of would like to see what this does when it comes to enable that ray tracing. I would like everything turned to the max. Yeah, we're not playing that very well. TV friendly. 1920 by 10. Oh yeah. We're at 153 frames per second right now.
I'd say trust that voice inside.
Which is
trust that voice that speaks to you and tells you where to go.
Really good for GTA 5.
Might get you ordered protection. Might get you a divorce.
At 1080p. This is where
sometimes those three things equal the same thing. Of course, if there's more than one voice in your head, trust the one that says, I need residential care right now. I'm losing my fucking mind.
This is Weasel.
yeah, I mean, this right here is very playable. We'll see what that would give you. Probably hit somewhere in the middle.
Levels of both passive and aggressive behavior, say experts.
This isn't 1440p, is it? Did I even apply that? Okay, we don't have any type of frame scaling on.
People express the behaviors at the same time. Psychiatrists are worried that the internet and smartphones are creating a civilization that can't.
This is real confusing now.
And is desperate for attention. Every day, millions of Americans seek meaning in a smartphone.
We're at 150,
Only to stare into
160. But if we bump that up, we don't. If we bump that up to 4K, we drop about 100, almost 100 frames. Something does not seem right about that. But I kind of got off track here. Let's go ahead and see if Bluetooth works. So we got Bluetooth. Turn that on. Searching for devices. Let me grab a. I'm gonna grab a PS4 controller. Let's see. I don't know if this thing is even charged. Okay. Can we see the PS4 controller? If we show all devices. Is Wi-Fi maybe working? There's our wireless controller. Let's not show every device now. Hey, there we go. Now, since we got this, let's go ahead and I want to pair quite a few controllers to it, just to see kind of how well this works. I got two more controllers over here in the corner. I got another Xbox controller, PS5 controller. So we got two Xbox controllers. I think this one may be dead or not even have a battery pack. Okay, this one's off the board. Actually would like to try something since this is let's try a whole different kind of controllers. Let's try these Joy-Cons here. Dead too. It's okay. I didn't want play the Switch anyway. I think we're just gonna stick with 3 controllers for right now. I don't think I have a one I can easily access right now. Should be able to pick up this controller. See what the PS5 controller does. Picks it immediately. Okay, that's a bummer. I really like this controller. I'll set it up on there. So let's go ahead and
Way through. The tie wasn't broken until after daybreak. By then, many of the fans had gone home to look in the mirror and finally admit that the one truly American sport is as tedious and greedy as the country is.
This was Weasel News.
A sunset on the deck.
yeah, so Bluetooth doesn't really work that well. Wireless adapter's right here, and it's so yeah, I have no idea why it was doing that. Yeah, it seems not. Okay. Turn this controller off. Let's move over to the, that has to do something with the Bluetooth card, probably. So let's go ahead and get into the library here. Let's try a couple of these other games. See what kind of performance we don't get out of it. Let's try some of the Last of Us Part 1. I'm going to do this at 1080p. Looks like it has some Vulkan shaders. As I say that, it's going really slow. Almost there. 70% right now. I could go ahead and just skip the shaders, but I kind of would like the best performance possible. Hard now. Is it not very sure about the GPU? I'm starting to kind of lose my patience though. I'd probably just skip it. That's what I'm gonna do. Vulkan shaders not fully processed, so we get that. Okay, we are fine to continue. We just want to see the performance, and again, this is without. Looks like we're almost done loading there.
They're coming. Move it, kid.
Okay, we're at a smooth 60. This is extremely smooth. Okay, in the fight, got a bunch of zombies. Okay, just died. Let's actually see what kind of settings we're running out here. Kind of would like to see. We're at a weird resolution. Okay, we're actually at 4K with frame gen, and we are using the frame scaling and frame gen, and that's another cool thing. This machine does support frame gen, so even though we don't have no kind of RTX card in there, this is actually an older generation AMD card. Let's see what kind of, let's turn our VSync off, see what kind of frames.
We're gonna get the hell out of here.
Look! They're piling on this fence over here!
The door's locked. It's open.
So yeah, that's 4K. Actually, don't know. So we're right at 4K. Kind of curious, what did we get? Drop it all down to 1080p. I'm still gonna leave frame gen on, and we're gonna actually bump this up to quality and make it look a little bit sharper.
Shit, you hear that? They're coming. Move it, kid.
Oh yeah, we're
We're gonna get in quick. We're gonna get the battery.
anywhere from 100 to 115 frames a second. That is
Come on, Bill.
really, really good. go. Come on. Okay. All right, but we did get some really good frame rates out, especially at 4K. Get that solid 60.
Shit, you hear that? They're coming. Move it, kid.
But if you're at 1080p, let's see about high as far as presets go. Can we go until auto? It wants to.
Alright, we're gonna get in quick. We're gonna get the battery, we're gonna get the hell out of here.
Let's take it over to Ultra. Okay, we're at Ultra settings, 1080p, hovering around 60 frames per second. Really freaking good frame rate. Oh wow. But that right there will show you that good frame rates will make you a good gamer. So yeah, let's test a couple more games here, and I kind of would like to play. I have not actually tested this game at all, so I'm very interested on seeing how well does this perform. Yeah, okay, we're installing some scripts for DirectX. Hopefully this won't take too long. Okay, interesting. We're installing Epic Games. Looks like we got a little hiccup here. So we had 12 frames per second. Interesting, it thinks. this controller now paired to my actual PC. Again, kind of a reason this is not perfect at all for these types of issues. So, I guess the system had thought, can I move the player around with this now? Don't think so. See if we can find. All right, we're at the absolute which resolution are we running at? Set render quality to 50. 1080p, this is not looking bad. Kind of sucks I have to play it with a keyboard, but I kind of just want to see what the frame rates are. Oh, sorry, not Big Little World. Totally different game. Got a little hitch there. This is really playable. Yeah, I mean, this is very playable experience. Yeah. Not at 4K though. I mean, if you're one of those people that absolutely have to have 4K. But I think that's probably gonna cut it there. To set out a couple games. I guess swapping over to the SSD fixed the games with map, traveling throughout the world. No kind of hitches or just stopping to load more assets in the world. But yeah, I think that should cut it for this live stream. And if you want to see more like this, subscribe, follow, depending on what platform you're watching on. And also, again, check out the Discord right there at thetechinerd.com. That takes you straight to the Discord page. And yeah, fill out the little survey and say you watch, and I will see y'all in the next one.